find a way to let go of our past. And it's okay if from time to time, the past comes back at us, and there's an issue, or there's a core wound issue that shows up. But then, again, not to get stuck, working on that past issue over and over and over again without really having a strategy about moving forward. So ultimately, I think it really is about finding a way to move forward. So again, I want to go over this quickly. The first one is, and all of this is about letting go, about learning how to let go. So when we're holding on to stuff, I think it really has the power to really hurt us and make us sick. So the more we just hold on to those issues, it really is destroying us from the inside out. So this is about letting go. What do we need to do to really let go? So if you find yourself constantly fixated, on past stuff, that when you're talking with inside out friends or just people in general, and you're constantly talking about past, you're stuck. That you need to find a way to let go of that and begin to move on. And the first one is about letting go of your victim. We all have a victim. And victims love to hang out in the past. Matter of fact, victims are all about the past. So the way that we start letting go of our victim is first of all, we have to be accountable. So I'm accountable for my feelings. So the more I want to find somebody that made me feel a certain way, or if I still use that language today, because I hear that language a lot, you made me feel this way. Nobody has the power to make you feel any way, unless you choose. It is your choice about how you choose to feel, because they are your feelings. Now, the way a person is treating you, might be, really abusive, or unkind, or just nasty. Then you have another choice about whether you want to, stay in that place, with that person and consistently be treated in that way, or to find a way to let go and move on to from that person. Now, having said that, I know that that's not a particularly easy thing to do, but it can be an incredibly healthy thing to do. Right? Finding a way to let go of even people in our lives. And I think that, again, as I look at this whole issue of letting go, I realize that there have been a lot of people in my life. I've worked with a lot of people over the last 30 years, and there were really important moments where I had to be okay with just letting go of somebody. And some of these people were really close to me. But there comes a moment where you realize that it's not a healthy relationship anymore. There's nothing that you can do or that you have attempted to do that will really make a difference or help that person, and it's debilitating and even painful. And some of us, if I gave you just a moment right now to talk about just one person in your life that you've not been able to let go of, I'm sure that every one of you would come up with somebody. Because we're not good at letting go of people, but we must if we're going to be healthy. Okay? And when that comes to our kids, can I bring this really close to home? There's a time where we have to let go of our kids. It's really important that we let go of them and allow them to live their own lives. Okay, so I see lots of, and the bigger the nod, I'm thinking the more that person's having an issue with letting go of their child. And there's nothing more difficult than that, right? when we've got those kids and, you know, they're 31 years old, and I shouldn't be that specific because then you know what I'm talking about. But, you know, it can be a really, really difficult thing. But I believe that there's actually a spiritual law that is attached to that, that it's necessary, it's a must for us to be healthy. We have to let go. And so I've talked to people, you know, in counseling where the kids become a huge problem in a marriage. They become a big reason why there's a problem between husband and wife. And my stock response to that is, you got to let go of the kid because your partner is meant to be with you for a lifetime, and they are the most important person in your life. I'm glad you really like that. Anybody else, or just one-man fan club up here? I think you know what I'm talking about, because your partner you're going to have for a lifetime. Your kids, they're going to have their own partners, their own kids, and you know their own issues. So at some point you got to let them go, right? So that's really healthy. So accountability. This is about me, and these are the choices that I have to make. And you know, I'm not going to give people the power to impact my feelings. Now, is that the case always? No, of course not. That, you know, in my weaker moments, absolutely, I'm going to get hijacked by what somebody does, especially if they're really close, partners, kids, you know, all the rest of it. But, you know, theoretically, I don't want to allow anybody to have the power to hurt me in that way. It's my choice. These are my feelings. Okay, so start there. I'm accountable for the way that I feel. Secondly, stop blaming. Stop blaming past relationships and even circumstances in your life for being the reason why your life isn't working or you're feeling the way that you feel. You know, and that's familiar. Again, you need to catch yourself as you're talking about that one person, like it just comes up over and over and over again, that is the cause of your discomfort and your pain. You know, if that's the case, you're stuck. And you need to find a way to let go. And the way to let go is just to stop blaming circumstances or people in your life for your discomfort. Okay, and I don't care how difficult the past was. The good news is that I'm an adult today and I have a choice about how I think and I feel. Sure, was I victimized maybe as a child? Absolutely, because I was young, I didn't have, you know, the power to deal with some of the hurt that I experienced. You know, it wasn't big enough to stand up against some of the abuse, but as an adult, I'm an adult now. Now I have the power to, you know, think and feel as I choose. And that is the good news.